Hello again everyone, and welcome back to KM Technology Solutions. In today's video, we will discuss simple tips for your everyday use, but primarily directed to our new and novice Windows 10 user. Now let's take a look at another setting that will allow you to prevent Windows 10 from reopening or restarting applications after you have either signed out or restarted or rebooted the computer. You may have multiple applications open and sometimes your system starts to become sluggish and your response times to applications or other system resources are pretty sluggish and slow. So sometimes you may want to go ahead and restart the entire computer and close all of the apps. But Windows 10 sometimes have a system trigger that once you log back into the computer, all of your applications decide to come right back up, whereby defeating the purpose of trying to restore your computer to a more responsive state. Let's take a look at these settings now. First, let's go into our search option, settings, open settings, click on accounts, go to sign in options, and let's scroll all the way down to restart apps. Now with this option, it came defaulted on my system, and once I reboot my computer, most of my apps that I was previously using would pop right back up. From here, you can just toggle this to the off position, and that is it, and then you restart. Once you restart, all of your applications are now closed and will not auto open or auto engage. Next, we have a setting that is good for users with eyesight issues or sight problems. Okay, and this feature is called the display scaling. If you would like to enlarge certain text or your applications, you can use the display scaling to assist with that. Let's take a look at that setting now. Let's go into your search feature again. Type in display, change brightness level, and once your display shows up, you go ahead and you scroll down to scale and layout. Now it usually comes 100% by default, and they recommend 100%. But if you would like to have your characters closer or larger, you click that 125%, and you can see your characters, all of your applications are larger. Another feature that I try to take a look at as well is the advanced scaling settings, where I allow Windows to default and let it fix any apps that may appear blurry. Toggle this to be off and on. Close this. Next, we will take a look at another settings we can disable or manage called the notifications settings. And this comes defaulted on all Windows 10 platforms. You will see little notification pop-ups from time to time will slide across your screen, usually from the right side of your screen coming into your left, and that sometimes can either slow up your computer if too many applications are giving you notifications, and or sometimes it's just annoying when you're in the middle of something and this pop-up keeps coming in and occupying space in your screen. So let's take a look at that particular settings or feature of the notifications. First, we will use our search tool, and let's say settings. In settings, we will go and look for our notifications system and notifications. Okay, as you can see, this is set to on, and this again comes defaulted with all Windows 10 versions. Turn it off. Turn these off as well, or you can also select and specify which applications you would like to receive notifications from. Once you've selected which applications can provide notifications, you can just close down. The next feature, in my opinion, is a very critical component to Windows 10. And this one is called the Restore Point or the System Protection. This enables your system to be protected from a blue screen, or your system doesn't want to reboot correctly after an install of an application or a particular driver or some type of add-on component to your computer or device. You can actually create a restore point prior to your system being reconfigured. And this restore point reverts your operating system back to the previous version or previous date, and in computer terms, the last best known configuration, where your computer was functioning fine prior to putting that new software or driver update. So let's take a look at this feature now. Search criteria and just type in restore. Create a restore point. We're here at the System Protection tab within your System Properties, and this is your C drive. And right now my protection is off. Now to activate the protection, go to configure and you turn on your system protection. This allows you now to create a restore point of where your system is functioning fine and well. I would suggest doing this prior to installing any new updates. By rule of thumb, you want to allocate at least 5 gigs. Say apply and you say OK, and then right here you say create. You just put the date here or say restore or restore 1 and then you say create. And what it does now is that it creates a restore point of that computer. It should take no longer than 10 to 15 minutes depending on how much or how many files or configurations you have on your computer. It will take a little longer. You just say OK. Next, we will take a look at a feature called the Task Manager. We're going to use this particular feature, or Task Manager feature, to force unresponsive applications to abort and close down. The Task Manager is a quick and easy way to abort an application and force it to close. Let's take a look at that feature now. Anywhere on your taskbar that is a little empty, okay, you right click and select your Task Manager option. Here is your Task Manager. All of these are your apps that are running, so it's giving you certain attributes and system performance. If there's an application that is frozen, you would usually see it right around here, non-responsive. We select that particular application, so let's take a look at this application, our WordPad. So this is just a test of the Task Manager. If this application were to be non-responsive, all I do is select that particular application, right click and say end task, and that would just forcibly shut down WordPad. And you can use that with any application that is giving some sort of issue or is non-responsive. And then you just close. If any portion of this video was beneficial to you, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. And thank you again for visiting CAM Technology Solutions.